Hello and welcome to another episode of the DMG Tech Show. I'm your host Jonathan Parkinson, and in this episode we are going to be installing PlayonLinux. Now what PlayonLinux is going to be a team that collaborates with the Wine. So if anybody knows what Wine is for Linux, that is a Windows emulator. So you can do Windows-based stuff. You can actually install an entire Windows OS as a side, but I don't recommend doing that on a Chromebook as they are limited in resources. But PlayonLinux is going to be the gaming function. So if you have some Windows games laying around and you're looking to play them, this is going to be the way to do it. Now, obviously, our Chromebooks do not have a CD drive, so you can't just simply plug and play. You can't just put in a disk and play. So you will need an external CD drive to install a CD, or unless you do have the game backed up onto a cloud or some download site or whatever you want to do, you can get information that way. And you're going to need that. You're going to need the original game to actually play the game. So just giving you a forewarning, don't just install this expecting to have all the games right there to install. So what you're going to need to do is you can actually go down to the description of this video, and you're going to see a link right there, and you're going to get taken over to the PlayonLinux website. Now, depending on what Linux version you have installed on your Chromebook, chances are it's probably going to be Ubuntu for about 99.9% of users. You're just going to come down here and click that Ubuntu, and you're going to have three different versions to choose from. Trusty is going to be Trusty is going to be for the newest version of Ubuntu. Saucy, that's going to be for the one version below. It should work with raring as well, right there. And Precise is going to be for the standard Crouton installation without updating, upgrading, or doing any of that type of stuff. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to come in here, go ahead and open up a terminal, and you want to copy each one of these. Each one of these lines individually and press enter. You will be asked for a password. Now, if you do not have the wget, if you come up with an error, you might need to come in and type in sudo apt-get install wget. Again, enter your password. And what that's going to do is that just gives you the necessary tool to come in here and add that repository right there. So all you're telling is your Linux version that, hey, I want to install something. This is where you're going to find that file. Alright, now that we have that installed, you can go ahead and close the terminal. And you're going to go ahead and head over to your applications bar or menu and go to games, and you should see PlayonLinux. Now you're going to probably get a bunch of these little pop-ups. I will show you how to download those in another video. If you are looking for OpenGL, just go into the video section and you should see a video there for you. Now you can just press OK. Just keep pressing OK. It's going to also ask you to install Wine. That's going to be in a completely different video in itself, just because that takes just as long as this video is going to take. And once you pressed OK, past all that, you're going to be popped up with this. What you're going to do is press the install button, and you're going to get a window similar to this, but it's going to take a few minutes to load up as it's getting all the proper directories. And if you just go through, some of the various different aspects, there's so many different things you can install. So as you see right here, there's all these different games that you can install. There's accessories that you're looking to do. If you want to get into graphics such as fireworks, Adobe Photoshop, all that type of stuff, it's definitely here as well. Patches, others, pretty much there's tons of stuff to get into, as well as your education, which is nice if you're for anybody teaching, as well as since Chromebooks are getting very popular with the EDU school system. And that's it for the PlayonLinux. Now what you're going to want to do is when you pick one of those games or something to install, it's going to ask you to install the CD or pick the directory. So you'll just need to drag and drop or plug in a USB with it, or again use an external CD drive and go from there. So it's pretty much typical of how you install a normal game. You just have that one program right in front of it. And that's pretty much it when it comes to getting PlayonLinux running. Now if you do have any questions or comments, excuse me, please leave them in the description below, and I will try to get back to you as soon as possible. And as always, don't forget to subscribe